Day.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Every year we celebrate June 5 as the World Environmental Day. The theme for this year is Inspired by Nature for Climate and for a Future. The reason for celebrating this World Environmental Day every year is to raise a global awareness among people about the critical issues that we are facing in a day to day life with respect to the environment and to protect our planet. Also, there is a special recognition that has been given by Indian government to one particular place on this particular day, June 5, 2026. Can anybody guess what it is? No. Okay. We have observed 100th Ramsar site in Uttar Pradesh. The name of the 100th Ramsar site is J.P. Narayanan Bird Sanctuary, which is located in Uttar Pradesh. The speciality about the Ramsar site is like we need to conserve these are the special recognition that has been given to the conservation of the wetlands. There is a particular reason why we need to conserve wetland is to protect the water purification, biodiversity conservation, and for the groundwater recharge and for the livelihood support of the tourism and for fishing and for agriculture. And I would like to tell that we have 100 Ramsar sites in India, in which Tamil Nadu has 20 Ramsar sites, which is maximum by any other state, followed by Uttar Pradesh, which is 19 Ramsar sites. Good morning, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. I am going to be a sergeant at arms for today's meeting. I welcome all the fellow Toastmasters and guests to the 260th meeting of Vellore Toastmasters Club. We have 3 ground rules for this meeting. The first ground rule is avoid speaking about politics, sex, and religion. If you are not speaking, please kindly mute yourself, mute your microphone. This is the second ground rule. And the third ground rule is avoid distraction and actively participate throughout the meeting. Without any further ado, I would like to pass on the stage to Toastmaster Monica.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms, for extremely enlightening us with lots of information which we were not aware and perfectly setting the tone for the meeting. Welcoming you all to the 260th meeting of Vellore Toastmasters Club. So, how was the week? Can any one of you unmute yourself and describe how was the past week in a word?
It's been a great week because RCB's victory.
Yeah.
Second IPL title, defended the title also.
Okay.
So I'm extremely happy about this week.
Okay. Can I get some more answers, please? Okay, if that's the case, then I'm going to point people and I need to ask, okay. Okay, our Zoom master, Nandhini, you can share.
This week is so much good for me.
Okay.
I built some 2 to 3 projects and applied for lots and lots of jobs.
Okay.
So it's tiring and it was good.
Okay, thank you. Toastmaster Kalaivani?
Nothing special. It was as usual.
As usual. It was the first week, salary would have been credited. And you are telling this is as usual week. You can credit us some amount also if you wish.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Renewal, that time I will pay you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that energy. And thank you everyone for sharing all your thoughts about last week. And what is the special news about Vellore Toastmasters Club which was posted in our group last week?
Election something, right?
Election, okay. What is that something?
We are going to have election in upcoming week
Yes.
for the president and all other roles.
Yes.
XCOM election.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our club elections are planned at 21st of this month. Okay. In order to conduct an election, 50% of the members should be present. Sorry, it must be present. Okay. So kindly make yourself available for the 21st of this month. That is the first announcement. And for elections, you can nominate all the members in the clubs. There are 7 roles, club ExCom roles, which I'll be explaining you in detail during the educational session. You can nominate others and you can also nominate yourself for any of the roles, and you can contribute and improve your leadership and communication skills by being a part of the ExCom. Okay. And what is so special about this week, this meeting?
Last online meeting.
Yeah, this is our last online meeting. Then
we have more guests, I think.
Yeah, actually, guests are different. Visiting Toastmasters are different. Okay. Guests are people who are not members of Toastmasters International. Visiting Toastmasters are members from other Toastmasters club. Whenever we go for online meetings, if suppose members are not available or there are roles from for which other members can help us, in those times visiting Toastmasters will come to our club and help us. Okay. Usually our meetings are in-person meetings, so visiting Toastmasters opportunities are being very less to our club. But this week we have 3 visiting Toastmasters who were willing to contribute us for this meeting. First, it is visiting Toastmaster Madhusudhan from Brisa VIT. He is the secretary of Brisa VIT. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Madhusudhanan. We can call, you can call Velu Toastmasters Club as your home club also. I don't think your mother would have attended your club meeting, but she has always shown enthusiasm and she was always a part of our outdoor meeting. Thank you, Madhu. From next meeting, if your mother wishes to attend, please bring her also. And the second visiting Toastmaster is Toastmaster Kartika from Cat Minor Toastmasters Club. Are you all seeing her? Okay. About Toastmaster Kartika. Thank you. About Toastmaster Kartika, she's one of the most energetic and smiling faces of Area 5 of Division A. She has also represented our area in the division level table topics contest. She is known for her attentive and note making skills. One thing is, she has received a book from Distinguished Toastmaster Roger in Discover 26. Thank you, Toastmaster Kartika, for being the grammarian for this week. And as Velu Toastmasters Club, we welcome you wholeheartedly for this meeting.
Thank you, Monica.
Thank you. And it's time to introduce the star visiting Toastmaster. Can I see her? Okay. Yeah, okay. Now, I'm going to introduce a person who is very special, not only for me, for District 120. She is known for her energy and enthusiasm. She is the immediate past Division G director. She has also achieved her highest level of educational excellence in Toastmasters. She is Distinguished Toastmaster Tina Parthasarathi.
Thank you, Monica.
She is known for her smile and also for her resilience in Toastmasters. Whenever she had an opportunity, I have never seen her being part of any big Toastmasters club. She would always go to struggling, a club which needs help, and she will be part of those clubs and she'll be encouraging all the members in that club. And whenever Tina ma'am is there, you can be assured that club is going to become distinguished and bag most of the awards in discover all the events of Toastmasters. So in the last week also, members were asking about awards, doubts and all. And I take this moment to thank distinguished Toastmaster Tina Parthasarathi for coming forward to be a mentor for two of our club members. She will be the mentor for Toastmaster Deepika Parthasarathi and Toastmaster A.R. Samuel. She's always a person who would like to contribute not only for educational excellence or something. Whenever you're feeling down also, just make a call to her. Your energy will go up to a level which you can't even imagine. So thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Tina Parthasarathi, for taking up the role of speaker evaluator this week. Okay, let's see for the
Sorry to
guest.
interrupt. Thank you so much. And this actually speaking, whenever the visiting Toastmaster or any of the guests comes in, usually a club will ping them, can you send me a short intro? But this is the first club where, I have seen my energy in Monica, where she said, I'm going to introduce myself to you. I have a special intro to you. So thank you so much for that lovely words. I think you made my day happy. Thank you so much for that. Over to you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Tina. And we have few guests for this meeting. First, the guests for today are guest Dinesh, guest Madhu, and guest Pravina. I think our VP membership has informed guest Madhu is in a place where her voice will not be audible. So, guest Madhu, if you have your intro, you can post it in our chat box so that the members can read about you. Guest Madhu, can you unmute yourself and give a short introduction, introduce you to our club? Guest Dinesh?
Yeah, now audible.
Yeah, you're audible, Dinesh.
Yeah, hi, I'm Dinesh Nagendra. I'm staying in near to Vellore district for Pardarami.
Okay.
Mainly, I joined today for Toastmaster meeting. First time I'm joining. This time I'm understanding the how your conversations you are doing. This time I'm trying to understand. Yeah,
Okay.
I
Thank
am
you.
studying. Yeah, I'm studying in Vellore. Kingston Engineering College, and I'm studying. Now I am working also in Bangalore.
Okay.
Just in my right now I'm work from home. I joined for first day for this meeting for my colleague for sent this Toastmaster club. It will help for your conversations. That reason I joined this meeting. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, guest Dinesh. Uh, we welcome you wholeheartedly to our meeting, and I hope this meeting will be very helpful to you.
Yeah.
Guest Ranga, can you unmute yourself and introduce yourself? Okay. They have asked for 2 minutes. Then, okay. Then, yes.
Sorry for the interruption, Toastmaster Monica. Thank you for the warm welcome. Actually, you have introduced me with a very good thing. Like I have been in BTC for more than a long time, so thanks a lot. It's a very good welcome, and it was really energetic. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Madhu. And now I think it's time for me to hand over the session to a very important person. She is a digital marketing consultant. She is also a published author. She is a mentor to many aspiring digital marketers. Beyond that, she is also a marketing podcast. Sorry, beyond that, she also hosts a marketing podcast where she interviews business experts around the world to make smart marketing decisions. Let's put our hands together and welcome our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Jayasty.
Thank you, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Monica, for the great introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, visiting Toastmasters, and guests. I am Jayasty, your Toastmaster of the day. Let me begin with a simple question. Have you ever said something in anger, and the moment it came out, you instantly wish you could pull it back? Or stayed completely silent in a moment where you knew you should speak, but something inside stopped you? Now, here's something interesting. Almost all of us have experienced moments like this. Yet, very few of us stop to ask, what exactly is driving these moments? And that is exactly what today's theme is about. Mastering your emotions, leadership through emotional awareness. Think about this. Why is it that two equally intelligent people respond differently to the same situation? Why does one person stay calm under pressure while another reacts instantly? Why does one person confidently speak up while another hesitates even when both are equally prepared? What is happening in that split second? That invisible moment is where today's theme lives. And yet, we rarely pay attention to it because we are trained to focus on actions, outcomes, and results, not on what happens internally right before them. And that is where leadership quietly begins or fails. Now, I want you to observe something during today's meeting. At different points, you may feel excitement, disagreement, curiosity, confidence, or even discomfort. And usually, we react immediately to those feelings without noticing them. But today, I want to invite a small shift. Just notice them, not analyze them, not judge them, just notice. Because sometimes the most powerful part of leadership is not what we do, it is what we don't react to immediately. We will explore this idea more as the meeting proceeds. But for now, let's move into today's agenda. Toastmasters meeting is usually divided into three main segments: prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluation. We begin with prepared speeches, followed by a short 10-minute break and a special educational session on XCOM roles and responsibilities. After that, we will move into table topics, followed by evaluations and the reports from the general evaluator and the tag team. Finally, we will vote for the best performance, announce winners, and conclude the meeting. So let's begin with our today's meeting. To help us maintain the quality and learning spirit of the meeting, we have a general evaluator. Our general evaluator today is Toastmaster Madhusudhanan from Brisa VIT Toastmasters Club. Madhusudhanan is currently pursuing computer science and engineering and is passionate about technology, innovation, and continuous learning. I now invite Toastmaster Madhusudhanan to introduce his role and his tag team. Over to you.
So, is my voice audible, guys?
Yes,
And my video is visible?
yes.
Oh, that's a very good start, I think. Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Jayasty, for inviting me. And today I'm the general evaluator. So let me begin my task with a good enthusiasm. So, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. You know what is the today's theme? It's mastering your emotions, I guess. Emotions influence every aspect of our life, our decisions, our relationships, our communications, and our leadership as well. Mastering our emotion does not mean suppressing them, but it means understanding them, managing them effectively, and responding thoughtfully rather than just reacting impulsively. Through today's speeches and evaluations, let us explore how emotion awareness can help us become better communicator and the better leader. So I am Toastmaster Madhusudhan, and I have the privilege of serving as a general evaluator for today's meeting. As a general evaluator, I will observe and evaluate the overall flow of the meeting, including how effectively each role contributes to the success of the session. And at the end of the meeting, I will provide an overall evaluation and invite reports from evaluation team as well. So to help us maintain the quality and meeting the standards of Toastmaster sessions, I would like to introduce my evaluation team with me. And first, I will go with our timer. So, is timer available?
It's me, it's Carolyn. General evaluator, it's Carolyn.
Oh, yeah. I welcome Toastmaster Carolyn to brief about timer role and what is our contribution in today's session.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So I'm Carolyn and I would be the timer for today. Greetings to all the Toastmasters and guests who are attending this virtual meeting. So as a timer, I will be timing the prepared speeches, the evaluations, as well as the table topics. I will also alert each speaker that with the time that they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards. For the prepared speeches, at 4 minutes, I would be showing the green card. At 5 minutes, the yellow card. And at 6 minutes, I would raise the red card. I'm sorry. For prepared speeches, at 5 minutes, I would raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I would raise the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I would raise the red card. For evaluations, the time is between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I would raise the green card. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I would raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I would raise the red card. For table topics, the time is between 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I would raise the green card. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, I would raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I would raise the red card. All the best to all the speakers and role players. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Carolyn. It was a very precise explanation about your role today. And to next, I would call upon the accounter of the day, Toastmaster Lokesh, to present his roles, responsibilities.
Yeah. Thank you, General Evaluator. Once again, good afternoon, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm going to be the accounter for today's meeting. As an accounter, I have few responsibilities. I'm going to note down all the filler words and passes, distracting awkward moments that you're facing throughout your speech. I will be providing a report at the end of the meeting. Also, I'm going to be a listener for today's meeting. As a listener, I'm going to note down all the important moments, facts, observation that you are using in your speeches. And at the end of the session, I will be asking you questions when I called upon. So over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lokesh. And then I would call upon the grammarian of the day. Very, very important role, right? It's Toastmaster Kartika. Can you just...
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Madhu. Good evening, Toastmasters. I'm audible, right?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. Yeah.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhu. Good evening, Toastmasters. Like a weeder in a farm, like an auditor in a firm, like a proofreader in a press, like a granny in a house. So is a grammarian in Toastmasters. I'm happy to have this opportunity of playing the role of grammarian. As a grammarian today, I'll introduce the word of the day. I'll note the grammatical errors of speakers, count the number of times, theme of the day, and word of the day I used. And then finally, submit the report. I'll also make note of awesome words, phrases used by the speakers. I would like to introduce the word of the day today. It's stalwart. Stalwart refers to someone who is loyal, reliable, firm, and hardworking. It can be used as an adjective and as a noun. Let's see some examples. As an adjective, it can be used in a sentence in this way. In times of hardship, a stalwart leader stands firm and inspires the team to stay strong. As a noun, it can be used this way. The renowned businessman has been a stalwart in the industry for many years. May I ask someone in the team to try a sentence with the word stalwart? Anyone? Some volunteer, please.
I'll go with
Yeah.
it,
Okay.
but I'm not
It looks
using
like
it
it.
as a sentence, but
Thank
I'm
you.
going
Thank
to
you. That's
share my
wonderful.
experience.
All
I
right.
used to use a word stalwart as
All right.
my WhatsApp bio earlier. So I'm using that right now
Oh,
rather than
great.
using it as a
That's
phrase.
wonderful.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Wonderful. Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jayasty. Before we conclude, a few more words. Mistakes are common. Improvement is our slogan. Use word of the day and theme of the day. Keep learning along the way. I encourage the speakers to use theme of the day and word of the day in your speech today. Thank you for this opportunity. Back to you, Toastmaster Madhu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karthika. It was an amazing grammarian introduction, actually. It was a nice, I liked it a lot. And yes, we are coming to the conclusion of my introduction, and I'm handing over the session to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Jayasty.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhusudhan, and thank you to your tag team. A great introduction by each one of you, I would say. Now, we look forward to your observations and insights later in the meeting. Getting back to the theme, mastering your emotions. We have spoken about leadership and we have also spoken about moments where our reactions sometimes surprise even ourselves. Now, I want you to pause here for a moment. Have you ever noticed that the same situation can create completely different reactions in different people? So, what actually changes? Is it the situation itself or something we don't immediately see? I want you to hold on to this question as we move into our first segment, which is prepared speeches. Our first prepared speaker today is Toastmaster Deepika. Before I invite the speaker, I request her evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Tina Parthasarthi, to share the speech objectives.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. So I have my target speaker, Toastmaster Deepika, my mentee. Kudos to your first attempt in fellow Toastmasters Club. Hope I'm audible, right, for everyone? Yes, okay. So Deepika is attempting her icebreaker. So the purpose of this project is for the member to introduce her to the fellow Toastmasters and to learn the basic structure of public speaking. Wishing you all the best. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tina. Now let me introduce our speaker. Toastmaster Deepika brings 10 years of experience in clinical operations and 5 years in entrepreneurship. Outside of work, she loves traveling, playing with children, and proudly describes herself as a daydreamer. Toastmasters, please welcome Toastmaster Deepika. Being adamant, Toastmaster Deepika.
Hi. Have you ever been questioned up by an interviewer whether you really have an experience with that particular field? You have been doing it passionately for a long time. Hello, I'm Deepika Parthasarathi. I am an entrepreneur by profession and a public speaker by passion. I was a over-pampered child by my family right from the childhood, and I make up the decision and everybody obeys. But when it came to school, it was a very strict convent where if I have to raise my hand and ask a doubt, my English has to be right and I must look tidy. I was clever enough to keep my face clear rather than getting questioned back myself. Though I stood quiet throughout my school days, I always had this one wish of holding mic in my hand and, I really wanted to be on the stage every time. This wish of mine started coming true when I joined my UG college. It was a very liberal college where I started enrolling my names in every possible symposiums for paper presentation. And surprisingly, I started winning prizes there. And I was also asked to go for other cities for taking up the competitions where my parents were not, they were not comfortable sending a girl outside the city. So then they knew me for whom I am. It is just the information that I pass, and if I set my mind, it would be the last decision I make. So they are scared about that nature of mine. And after my UG, again, when it came for my PG decision, I wanted to do it in Chennai, and they wanted to be in the same hometown. Again, I stood adamant, and I really, jumped over for the same place that I made up my mind. From all these, you would have understood that I am a notorious child, a naughty girl, a playful, and most importantly, an adamant natured person. So when I moved to my PG, I started dreaming about starting a new business. And I used to say this to my friends. But then when I passed this message to my parents during my final semester, they were really shocked. They looked at each other's face and they immediately said, my mom said to my dad, no, this we must not allow. We must immediately get her married so that we don't burn the money that we have saved for her marriage. Let us immediately get her married and let's not encourage this happening. And after so many pleasings, after many days, I started talking to her. They said, like, go first, get an experience, and then come over, just explain us. And then I joined as a business development executive in a decent firm in Chennai. There I got to handle many roles like presentation, operation. I was in operations, marketing, sales. I was also into the training sector. Life is never the same. Life is never the same. It always throws surprises, shocks. My father suddenly passed away, and it was a sudden shock that was upon me and my mom, where I was, through that I should be married immediately. I should not wait long. And there, I just stood, kept all my adamant nature apart. I just thought about my mom, got married, and after the first child, I thought, like, I again jumped into my business ideas and all those. I did groundworks. I started collecting many ideas regarding business, and it was not easy. But again, life doesn't move as per our plan, right? Again, the second inning started. This time it was a complicated pregnancy where I had, threatened abortion, all those stuff. I was advised to be on bed completely. And after second baby, I was really, after second baby, I was really hard this time that I will jump into the business, and there is nobody to distract me. I enrolled for a certification course in Chennai. When my second baby was just 8 months old, I just informed my family members. This time my husband has also joined my mom. They had become a team where they said no. They all, all the relatives gathered and they said, no, don't encourage her to go out of the family. I was through so many complaints that I was not a good mom. I don't take care of the kids. I just, think about me, and I don't care for the family. Or beyond all these commitments, complaints, I started I was also was with the self doubt whether I could really pursue this, whether I can win this. But still, I went. I formed a partnership. It was a IT startup firm where I also combined my passion, public speaking passion. Within it, I conducted many workshops in public speaking, and it went all smoothly. Though it all happened, it is a fact that conflicts happened. My health fell. I had several health issues. There was a conflict within the partners, and the company was closed. And later, 1.5 years of a break, when I thought let me enter into the sales field, let me just check for few days, and then let me restart the business. There, my interviewer questioned me, asking, "Deepika, you really have the experience of talking as a public speaker. Can I see any of your proof?" And that was a hard stuck where I was not surprised by her question. I was just happy for the question that she threw on me for myself. And there I enrolled for Toastmasters. And for the very first week, I came over and I spoke there as a guest speaker. And the table topic, I won. And that's it. Someday, somewhere, we all need that bad hit to improve ourselves, to set a vision stronger, and to run faster. I stood adamant, as always. It was beyond stubborn that until I accept my defeat, I will keep running. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepika, for your amazing speech. Stay adamant till you are successful. Let us now observe 1 minute of silence for her evaluator to prepare their evaluation.
Jayasty, I just have a doubt.
Yeah.
Since this is the first online meeting that I'm attending, no?
Yeah.
I did not make note of the time. I did not see any screen here, the board here.
The timer is taking note of it. No, don't worry.
I did not see the boards too, yeah.
It's okay.
I did not note the time. I actually kept a mobile by the side where I forgot to start it up. And half the way I was like, where's the mobile? Should I start it now? Even if I start, I won't be ending it on time. I was totally confused and I just went on with the flow. This stuff happened. Hope the timer says in what time I completed.
Yeah, they will let you know during their reporting.
Thank you.
Yeah. We now move to our second prepared speaker, Toastmaster Kalaivani. Before I invite the speaker, may I request Toastmaster Caroline to share her speech objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. My target speaker for today is Toastmaster Kalaivani. She's pursuing her presentation mastery pathway. She's doing her level 3, project 1. The purpose of this project is to understand the types of persuasive speeches and deliver a persuasive speech at a club meeting. All the very best to you, Toastmaster Kalaivani. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Caroline. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Kalaivani. She is a clinical data manager in the R&D division of Johnson & Johnson and brings with her 18 years of experience in clinical research. Alongside her professional career, she is passionate about improving her speaking and presentation skills. She believes effective communication helps us express ideas with confidence and create greater impact. Toastmasters, please welcome Toastmaster Kalaivani, the devil wears persuasion. The devil wears persuasion, Toastmaster Kalaivani.
How many of you have watched the movie The Devil Wears Prada? Can show that by using the thumbs up. No one watched? Okay. All right. Monica has watched. If you have watched, you would remember Miranda Presley, powerful, polished, and little bit terrifying. Meryl Streep's performance made this character, Miranda Presley, unforgettable. With just a look, with a pause, and a quiet sentence, she can make the entire room move. That's the power of persuasion through authority. Persuasion is not manipulation. It is a skill that make you move towards a shared outcome faster, clearer, and with respect. Miranda Presley was a stalwart in the fashion industry. If you have not watched the movie, I would recommend you to watch this movie for two reasons. I persuade you to watch this movie for two reasons. One is to witness the brilliant performances of Meryl Streep and Hannah Hathaway. And the other reason is it is a promising movie for communication, confidence, and influence. So to those who have not watched the movie, here is the snapshot I just summarized. There is a young journalist named Andrea versus Andrea alias Andy. This role was played by Hannah Hathaway. And there is another character, Miranda Presley, that was played by Meryl Streep. She won Oscar for this movie, I guess, and the sequel had been released a month ago. The second sequel, the first one was released in the year 2006. So after 20 years, they are releasing the second sequel. You can watch the first sequel in YouTube as well. And the second reason is because of the lesson in confidence, communication, and influence. So this movie is not just follows the fashion and glamour industry, but it also provides a lesson on influence, authority, and how the authority shapes people's choice and behavior. Is fear the same as persuasion? Definitely not. Real influence is built with respect, not on fear. So to prove this point, let us explore the three principles of persuasion inspired by Miranda Presley's world. The first principle is authority, persuasion by authority. Miranda Presley commands authority because she is known for her excellence in her field, the reputation for excellence, and her expertise in her field is unquestioned because she earned the trust because of her hard work and her excellence. So authority does not, it is not built on title, it is built with trust. For example, if you demonstrate some competence, whether as a boss, as a manager, as a parent or teacher, people does not follow you just because they have to follow you. It is because they have the belief in you. That is the reason. So authority is built on trust. Second persuasion principle is empathy. People help people they like. Miranda Presley lacks empathy. She does not show any emotion except for one or two scenes. That's when she has some problem with her husband and they were going to divorce. So only that time I could see some emotions. But other than that, she's very stony. She lacks warmth. Just think of some person in your life or someone who influenced your life. Was it someone who intimidated you or someone who understood you? So persuasion grows stronger when this authority is balanced with empathy. The third principle is reciprocity. Give people before they ask. Some people in this movie also, Miranda Priestley just expect the complaints from people, but she will not give anything in return. As human beings, we tend to return our favors. We do comply, but you feel valued. You respond when you feel valued. So all these three principles are important elements of persuasion. It's not just mere authority. So authority, empathy, and reciprocity. All these elements combine together. For example, even in office setup, if you want to establish a system, from Monday, everyone has to follow the system. You tell in an authoritative tone, it may not go well with your team. Instead, it could be something more effective. You can say with authority, but with some reason, like you can say, I have implemented a system. We used this system last time and reduced the error by 40%. So this is with authority, but with some reasonable, with some valuable reason. Second is using empathy. You know that there is a workload increase, so you can tell them like, I know there is an increase in workload, but I have simplified the process. This is how you are showing your empathy. And third is about reciprocity. So you can tell them that I have created a manual. You can look at it and provide your comments to me. So next time you can combine all these elements in your workplace or in this club or anywhere and persuade people to make it better. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kalaivani, for your persuasive speech. I will definitely make use of authority, reciprocity, and empathy in my speeches going forward. Let us now observe 1 minute of silence for our evaluator to prepare their evaluation. Now, before we go on a short break, I'll give you a quick task to do related to our theme for the day, Mastering Your Emotions. And we will talk about it right after the break.
Excuse me, everyone. We'll have a break for 5 minutes and not for 10 minutes. Thank you.
All right. Can you all see image? Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Please look carefully at this image. Identify all the green objects hidden in this picture. For now, let's take a short 5 minutes break. A small reminder, please keep your water bottles nearby. Sometimes conversations around emotions can feel heavy or reflective. If at any point you feel heavy, take a sip of water. We'll resume shortly. Objects?
We have
No.
2 more minutes. It's just 3 minutes down. That's why the green card.
Oh, okay.
If everyone is there, shall we start?
Yes, I think. Is it okay?
Sure.
Deepika, we can start.
Yes, Jayasty, we can start.
Okay. Did you find any green objects?
No.
We heard
Now,
many green objects here when Tina ma'am said, but we could not see anything.
okay. This is actually an AI generated image which I created with a prompt saying create an image which doesn't have a green
Our
color
green.
object, which
Nice.
doesn't have a green color objects in it. And I asked you to guess the green color object. Now let me tell you why I did that. Now, will you be able to see the green in this picture if I give each one of you a pair of green tinted glasses?
We will see
Sudden-
the entire picture as green.
Suddenly, everything appears green. The picture hasn't changed. The world hasn't changed. Only the lens through which you are viewing it has changed. Now, that's exactly how emotions work. When we are frustrated, everything seems irritating. When we are anxious, every challenge looks bigger than it really is. When we are angry, we often see problems where none exist. And when we are positive, confident, and grateful, we tend to notice opportunities, solutions, and possibilities, just like how some people found green even when there was no green. Many times we spend our energy trying to change the people around us or the situation around us. But leadership begins by asking a different question. What lens am I looking through right now? Because often changing our perspective changes our experience. If we want to see positivity outside, we must first cultivate positivity inside. If we want to lead others effectively, we must first understand and manage our emotional filters. That is the essence of emotional awareness. And speaking of leadership, our next segment is perfectly aligned with developing ourselves as future leaders. The topic is Get Ready to Be Leaders, Roles and Responsibilities of the XCOM. To help us understand what leadership looks like within Toastmasters, I would like to invite Toastmaster Monica, a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India with over 13 years of professional experience. She is also a passionate traveler who firmly believes that actions speak louder than words. Today, she will help us understand the roles, responsibilities, and opportunities available within the XCOM team. Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Monica. Over to you.
Thank you, TMOD. Toastmaster Nandhini, could you please share the screen? Okay. Can you just hide this, Nandhini? Okay, fine. Okay, let's start the session. Every week we are coming to Toastmasters. We get enrolled as Toastmasters. Whom do you think are managing the affairs of a Toastmasters club? You can unmute yourself and you can ask whatever question that comes to your mind. Nandhini, first slide only. Thank you. Okay. In Toastmasters, in order to manage the affairs and activities of a club, we have an executive committee. Executive committee consists of members who are called as club officers. I'll tell you who are the executive committee members in the next slide. I have one question for you all. Is the executive committee being selected or elected in Toastmasters?
It is elected.
Do we have an election process?
I suppose, yes.
Yes, we do have. So there is a
Yes. we do have a election process. The representatives of Toastmasters are always the elected representatives. Members elect their representatives for every club in Toastmasters. Okay, these club officers are responsible for managing the club operations, and they make the decision for the club on behalf of the members. Okay, next slide, Nandhini. Okay. The club officers ranking is from, we will have a president, next is vice president education, vice president membership, vice president public relations, secretary, treasurer, sergeant at arms, and immediate past president. Who is the president of our club?
Toastmaster Abhida.
Okay. Who is the immediate past president?
Toastmaster John Pratik.
Yes. Who is the treasurer?
The Toastmaster Karthikeyan.
Okay. Apart from Jayasty, everybody has started sleeping or what? Can I get an answer from a person other than Jayasty this time? Who is the vice president membership?
Toastmaster Sam.
Toastmaster Sam. Okay. Who is the vice president public relations?
Nandhini, Toastmaster Nandhini.
Thank you, everyone. Okay. People think that the club officer role is a very powerful role. Like Avengers it is. I'll tell you exactly how it will be. Nandhini, please move on to the next slide. Do you know, did any one of you have seen this movie?
Yes.
Yes, I saw.
Everybody has seen this movie. Thank you. Like this only, even though we plan everything before the meeting, something or some incident will happen, which will make us a little panic, a little helpless also what we are going to do next. There will be many challenges which the club officers will be exposed to. But at all points of time, we maintain calm and composure, like our TMOD Jayasty said, be reactionless at times. So when an election is happening, when you are choosing the roles, think that it is not only going to give you power and decision making, it will make you exposed to many challenges, and you will have to remain attentive and attentive and responsive to all the challenges that comes your way. Keep a smiling face always. Okay, next one. Okay, first role is Sergeant at Arms. We have all seen Toastmaster Mahesh doing this work. So, what is the first thing as a Sergeant at Arms must do? I was also a Sergeant at Arms. The first thing that the person who is taking up the role of Sergeant at Arms should do is sleep well before the day of the meeting. Okay, have a good sleep and come fresh to the meeting on the day of meeting. Make sure the sergeant at arms, whoever is taking this role, come at least half an hour earlier to the meeting. Just imagine if a sergeant at arms comes 5 minutes or 10 minutes before the meeting and he is arranging the venue when the member starts to turn up. How the members will see the club and what the members will think about the club. Or suppose if we are expecting any new guest, if the guests come at that time only Sergeant at Arms is setting the venue, what will be the opinion of the club in the minds of the guests? So, if a person from our club is taking the role of Sergeant at Arms, make sure that you should be the first person to come to the venue. Okay? As soon as you come to the venue, before going to clean the venue and all, first fix the club standee. That is the thing I learned from the time I was a sergeant at arms. First, set the club standee and position the place where the speakers or role players would stand. Okay, then start cleaning the venue. The venue will mostly be clean. And if at all required, the sergeant at arms should clean the venue also. After setting the standee and after setting the tone for the venue, the next thing he or she should do is take the certificates. It is a procedure that we maintain in our club to give physical certificates to everyone. Okay, I believe every one of us here have received certificates. What are all the things that a sergeant at arms should fill in that certificate?
Name, meeting number, role played.
How will a sergeant at arms fill name? Okay, so the first thing is meeting number should be filled. Second one is he must get the signature of the club vice president education and the club president in that certificate. You are correct, Nandhini, but the name will be filled only after the results of the voting ballots are received from the members. Okay, so in order to write the certificates, a sergeant at arms should know the names of the members very well. Okay, I suggest the sergeant at arms to maintain a register having the official names or the names of the members in the way which they want it to be written in the certificates. Okay, next one. Since the sergeant at arms is coming at least half an hour early, after writing the certificates and all, he will be having some time. The previous slide, Nandhini. So he'll be having some time. When the members are starting to come for the meeting, receive everyone with a big smile. Okay, give them badges. There are two types of badges which we have. One is Toastmasters badge and another one is guest badge. Okay, give the members the Toastmasters badge. And if guests are coming for the meeting, make sure that you welcome the guests properly, introduce the guests to the members also, and make the guests sit near a member. Okay, if two guests are coming, if suppose those guests are friends also, make sure that a member should sit next to them. Even though the TMOD explains the rules, regulations, and protocols for the meeting, they will have some doubts. At that time, if a member is there next to them, it will be beneficial for them. Okay. Next, during the break, the sergeant at arms, if at all we are serving snacks, it is the responsibility of the SAA to make sure that the snacks is being served to every member and guest. Then sergeant at arms will be responsible for voting ballots also. In voting ballots, after the general evaluation report is being given, make sure whether there is any time disqualification. If there is any time disqualification and it is announced by the timer, please make sure not to include those role players or speakers' name in the list. Okay. After the voting ballots are being shared in the meeting, after the results are being known to the sergeant at arms, fill the certificates and give it to the presiding officer. Okay. So giving the certificates to the presiding officer, that is the last role sergeant at arms will be doing before the meeting gets closed. Okay. Once the meeting is being adjourned, what should the sergeant at arms do? Does his work get over after that? As soon as the meeting is being adjourned, does their work get over there? No. Sergeant at arms is responsible for giving the badges to the members. In the same way, he is responsible for collecting it back from the members also. If we are renting a venue, he is responsible for arranging the venue back to the position from in which we received it. If there are any waste or garbage items there, collect it, put it in a dustbin and keep the venue clean before handing over it to the owner of the venue. Okay. And a sergeant at arms is also responsible for checking the club supplies. Club supplies means Suppose if the membership of the club gets increased, but we are having lesser number of badges, it is the responsibility of an SAA to inform the club officers regarding the same. Second, if the certificates is about to get over, at least 1 month or 3 weeks before, he should inform to the club officers, so that the club officers purchase the stationery items and keep it ready for the next meeting. Okay. These are the sergeant at arms responsibility in relation to our club. If you are taking up the role of the sergeant at arms, you will be exposed to event management and coordination skills. You are welcoming guests, you are treating members with a big smile. So automatically you will be getting the hospitality and networking skills also. Organization and planning skills means since you're coming early, you're setting up the venue, all these planning skills you will get. So if you're a person who is wishing to get all these skills or exposed to all these skills, become sergeant at arms. Take up this role. Please nominate yourself for this role. Okay. And one more thing is, as a sergeant at arms, in every meeting, you will be allotted 3 minutes of time to speak. In that, you will be reciting the club's mission. And additional 2 minutes will be there, in which you can share your thoughts, information, and some good happenings which you want the members to let know. So even though you are not a speaker, you are not a role player, you will get the maximum amount of time to speak next to the presiding officer in a club's meeting. Okay. So members who are aiming for sergeant at arms, please make a note of all these, and please make your nominations. And members who are the other members who are capable of doing this role, you can nominate them also. Okay. Next one. Okay. Secretary. The first job of a secretary is prepare a list of actionable items for the president. Okay, here I have mentioned actionable items. What are those actionable items, do you think? We have seen many secretary in movies. We have seen many secretary in serials also. So what is meant by actionable item in Toastmasters?
Gavel.
Okay. Items in the sense he exactly took the stationary item? No. Okay. Actionable item means, so what is the number of meeting that we are here right now?
260.
260. When is our milestone meeting then? Milestone meeting now, you need not think much. 275, 300, all these are milestone meeting. Suppose this is June, right? So August, if Independence Day comes, like our SAA said today, National Environment Day we celebrated. Like this, if any new things are coming, if we could celebrate those things, it is the responsibility of a secretary to note down all this and keep it posted to the president. Okay. Second one, update and maintain the club officers list. What is this club officers list?
Executive committee members.
Yeah. After the election, the 7 club officers will be elected. In Toastmasters International, we have a place called Club Central, where we need to upload the officers list of a club. It is the responsibility of the secretary to upload the officers list in the Toastmasters International website. Okay. Second, next one is keep a track of members who are not regular for the meetings. So all the 7 EXCOM officers need to work jointly. It is not only just VP membership. The secretary can also take a record or note of the members who are not regularly attending, so that we can make a call to them and inquire them why they are not attending the meeting. Is there any personal reason, or they don't find the quality of the clubs enough, All these things, secretary can also make a note and inform the president regarding the same. Next one. Remind the president about scheduling of executive meetings. We all know about club meetings. Do you know about executive committee meetings? Okay. So all the 7 officers of a club will have a meeting. Okay. In that meeting, we will decide what are all the new things that needs to be implemented, what were all the things that were not working out with the club, and who are the members who are very much enthusiastic, who like planning an educational session, planning an outdoor meeting. Even though the president announces it, it is the decision of the executive committee. Okay. Without the knowledge of executive committee, nothing will happen in a club. Okay. So if you want to, suppose if we receive a feedback from our club member also, for example, our Toastmaster Jayasty here, when she came to the meeting for the first time, she said, in the club in which she was attending previously, for our counter mistakes, they will charge a little amount, so that the members will make a note and they will not repeat it again. So if members comes with feedbacks or innovative or creative ideas like that, these things will be discussed in the executive committee meeting, and the collective ideas of the club officers will be taken into account, and then that decision will be implemented. Okay. So it is the responsibility of a club secretary to remind the president that a club executive meeting is to be conducted. The scheduling of the meeting will also be decided among the president and the club secretary. Okay. Next one. Prepare the agenda and minutes for the executive committee. So it is the responsibility of the club secretary. It is not just we all are coming, talking, having a good time and going out. It's not like that. We have an agenda. We have the details of what are all the things we discussed and what are all the points that the executive officers are okay with and why they are not okay with that at that point of time. Everything will be recorded and we will be having a note of that, so that nothing goes wrong in the club meetings. Okay. Okay. A club, it is not just the VP education. A club secretary can also check the agenda of the meeting. Check the agenda in the sense whether the events are being conducted in the manner in which it is planned. If there is any alterations or suggestions, the club secretary can also provide. It is always a good practice to maintain the minutes of the meetings also. Okay. Next one, Nandhini. Okay. The benefits of this, if you are willing to take up secretary, you can become more attentive and you can be details oriented, and you can improve your documentation skills. And if you're a person who really wants to write, improve your writing skills, you can take up this role. This role also provides a vast experience for information management, because all the information related to the club will be maintained by the club secretary. If you're a person who is willing to improve any of these skills, try to take up this roles. Okay, please provide your nominations for this role. Next slide, Nandhini. Next one. Okay, we all know. Previous slide, Nandhini. Okay. We all know how cool our treasurer is. We have all seen Karthikeyan sir smiling in all the meetings. But the role of a treasurer will begin by preparing the budget for the entire term. Term in the sense, in Toastmasters, term means 6 months. We have 2 terms. But our renewal cycle term is different from our membership, from the election cycle. Okay. So a treasurer will be given the responsibility for preparing the budget. In the budget only, budget in the sense regularly how we will be expecting the income and the expenses, the treasurer will prepare the budget. Based on that only, the membership fees to be collected from the members are fixed. Since ours is a community club, we have expenses like rent, In case of special events for the hospitality and for honoring the guest, we have certain expenses. It is not a big amount, it is a small amount. All these things will be taken care by the treasurer. Okay, so he also takes the responsibility to remind the members before the renewal cycle that membership fees is being fixed based on these criteria, and he will be presenting the report on that. Okay, timer, I have taken the note. Okay, next comes Vice President Public Relations. So how many of you know that we have social media accounts for our club?
Yeah, we have Instagram and LinkedIn.
Okay, we have Instagram, LinkedIn, and the WhatsApp account for the guest is also considered as social media account only. So a Vice President Public Relations is responsible for promoting all the club events to the outsiders. Okay, so from our club, it is usually a practice to release 3 flyers. The first one is the theme flyer, second one is role players flyer, and after the meeting we will be releasing the best performance flyers. Okay, these flyers should be planned at the earliest possible so that it reaches a large number of members, large number of guests, and they can attend our club meetings. And in our YouTube account, we make it a practice to upload the entire club meetings regularly. So whoever is willing to take up the role of Vice President Public Relations, make sure that you are carrying a huge responsibility on your shoulders. Okay, the district is conducting many campaigns in social media so that they can get more members, so that the members members receive benefits provided by Toastmasters International. So if you are a VPPR of a club, make sure that you like or comment on the post only related to Toastmasters International and not related to any other promotional videos. Okay, so if you start liking or seeing the post which is not related to Toastmasters, the campaigns published by the district will go in vain. It will not reach the right audience. So as Vice President Public Relations, it is your responsibility to maintain properly all the social media handles of the which the club maintains. Okay, Nandhini, can we move on to Vice President membership, please? Yeah. So through the social media accounts, we will be receiving the leads for our clubs. So it becomes the responsibility of Vice President membership to note down the guests and to contact them. So for all the guests, the Vice President membership need not go out and tell that Toastmasters is only about leadership and communication. If they are giving suggestions on a generalized basis, membership will not turn up. Okay, so it is the responsibility of the Vice President membership of a club to note down the individual expectancy of the guest, and the detailing should be guest specific. He should advise the guest on the benefits which he will receive regarding the options which he is searching for. Then he should send the flyers or the promotional activities provided by the VPPR to the guests who are coming to our club meetings. So after tracking the guest for a long time, if the guest could not be converted into a member, it is okay. That is not a problem. But make a note of those members and keep a note of their objectives, and keep them posted of the flyers or flyers of promotional activities when their expected objective is being placed as a theme on any particular meeting. And a VP membership is also responsible for maintaining and inviting the old members of the club to the meetings also. Okay, Nandhini, Vice President Education, please. Okay, so Vice President Education, it is the responsibility of the Vice President Education to educate the members regarding all the educational programs offered by Toastmasters International. So before the meeting, it is the Vice President Education who posts the agenda and who is responsible for assigning the roles to the member. So whoever takes up the roles of the vice president education in the next term, make sure that a member takes all the roles in the club. At times, a member may say, I'm not interested in doing this role, I'm not interested in doing that role, but don't leave them to their comfort level. Just push them a little harder so that they can try all the roles offered in Toastmasters International. And make sure if a person is taking a main role, he is not assigned the tag role also, so that in a way all the members in the club get a chance to meet all the roles. Okay. And the second thing is, after assigning the roles, keep a track of their progress also. For the first meeting, if you are assigning, see that the members are coming to you and asking roles for the next time. Next one is the main role is of a VP education is to connect the members with proper mentors. So speak to the members and identify what they are looking for, whether they are here to improve their communication skills or to overcome their fears in public speaking, what kind of expectancy they have, and try to connect with proper mentors so that their goals get accomplished. Okay. So before the contest, it is the responsibility of the vice president education to call for the educational sessions for the club. Okay. Next one, Nandhini. The previous slide. Okay. So with regard to awards, it is the responsibility of the vice president education to post about the awards and the criteria to the members. Okay. But it is the interest of the members. They should go out and seek. It is not always that VPH should push you towards the awards. It is you who should take up the individual interest and learn about the educational system and the processes which are offered by Toastmasters International. There are various other programs also which is provided by Toastmasters by our district, which is Toastmasters Leadership Institute programs and Champion Incubators program. So keep a note of all this and plan accordingly if you are taking up this position. Okay. Next one, Nandhini. Okay. As a club president, a member will be responsible for coordinating the entire ExCom officers. Okay. So it will, a club president will check whether all the ExCom officers are fulfilling their roles and their duties properly. If an ExCom officer is not doing their role, it is the responsibility of the president to come and let them know that we expect some more thing and what could be done differently in that role and guide them. Okay. And if the club is facing any serious issue, it becomes the responsibility of a club president to inform it to the district officers. For the club president, the immediate district officer will be area director. So they should make sure that all the initiatives of the district are taken to the club members, and all the problems faced by the club are being taken to the district officers. Okay. Next one, Nandhini. Okay. And whenever a feedback is really received from the members also, it is the responsibility of the club president to analyze it and to come up with the solutions for that after considering with the ExCom officers. So these are the roles of the club officers. And if you have any doubts, you can come and contact me regarding the same. And if you have not nominated yourself for any of the position, please nominate yourself now. And if you think that any other person in the club is qualified for this, please do nominate them. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, timer. Over to TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monica, for a very detailed session. And I really appreciate you have taken your role very seriously as a VP Education. And even after running out of time, you have kept educating us about everything. Thank you so much for that. Now we move to the most exciting segment of the meeting. For some, it is exciting. For others, it's slightly terrifying. Yes, it's time for table topics. Our table topic master today is Toastmaster Nandhini. Nandini is a freelance data analyst, an avid reader, and someone who strongly believes in continuous learning while carrying a smile wherever she goes. Toastmaster Nandini, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jayasty. Timer, can you please let me know how many members I can ask for table topics? Or is it same 20 minutes?
Nandini, we overshot by 10 minutes for the educational session. So I think we need to rob 10 minutes from your time.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Timer. So for the benefits of guests, I'll explain what is table topic is. So table topic is I will give some instant topics and you are going to speak impromptu and you can talk from 1 minute to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, there will be green card and 1.5 minutes yellow card and 2 minutes red card will be shown. By the time the red card shown, you have to stop speaking. So this is the rules. I hope everything is clear for the new guest. So I'll just share my screen. I hope my screen is visible. Can anyone confirm?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, as related to today's topic, in our life, we are surrounded with so many emotions. Like, we are proud to show some emotions like happiness, joy, empathy, and we tend to act like there is no emotions in us, like anger, frustration. We try to avoid, I don't even have these emotions, but we are going to test it, everything. And today's topic is going to be test your emotions. So here is the 10 cards. You can choose any one card, and when you tell the card number, I will click that and it will reveal the topic for today's your table topic. So can I invite Toastmaster Tina to start the session?
Yes. Hi, Nandini.
Hi, Toastmaster Tina. Can you tell any number?
1 minute. Can we have 8?
Okay. Disappointment. So here is the topic. You can talk about any lesson it taught you or any experience that you want to share in this topic.
Okay. So one thing I wanted to share in this particular one is last year, July 2025, 4th, it was a miserable day where a lot of plans, lot of challenges, what I wanted to face or the strategies what I wanted to implement this year. This was an entire 1 year of program where Monica initially she was introducing about my awards and my interest in club activities and everything. So those were the entire strategy what I wanted to achieve this year. So July 4th, 2025 was a black day where my mom was sick. She was hospitalized directly into ICU. She had a several sickness, so we found that she was diagnosed with septic shock and she has to take care to the MICU on the same day midnight, and she was hospitalized for 20 days and she came out of death. And that was a crucial time where I was also a mentor for a corporate company, my 5 months of timing, and they also had a chartering ceremony where I was addressing the gathering when I was in ICU. So that was the pressure, and those were the learning where I believe whatever the plan, life comes up with a big U-turn, right? So what Justy said, I agree to that point. I had a tough time of 20 days, no job. I have, what is the next thing? What I'm gonna do? So that's a biggest question what I had in my mind. And the very easier way, the manager said, yes, I can understand all your pain. No worries. I'm gonna pay you a month of, holiday with paid monthly salary. So that was a twist and turn and a magical moment which happened. And I got an opportunity to work from home, taking care of my parents. And more importantly, one learning what I understood from that particular instant is you have done a lot for the fraternity and to your mother-in-law's place. And it is your turn to take care of your mom and dad. So that's the biggest lesson what I had, because it's been 16 years of my married life and I haven't done anything to my mom and dad because they have been very independent. So I think that was a very precious learning I have taken up from my life. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Tina. Move over to you. So next, can I have guest Dinesh?
Yeah,
Yeah. Can you choose any number?
it's 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Over to you, Dinesh.
Yeah, mostly jealousy. Okay. Hmm. Right now, I'm not in my mind. I will choose randomly. I will say something.
No, you
Hello.
should no, you should talk in this topic or it's okay.
Okay. Right now, not in my mind.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dinesh. Can I have Toastmaster Kartika? Guest Kartika?
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Nandhini.
Yeah.
I'll have
Can you
one.
choose any number? Okay.
One.
Yeah. So you can talk about it or share any memory related to it.
Wonderful. Thank you. The joy, it's a positive emotion. Happy to have that, first of all. I always think that we should have a room to handle, or we should know how to handle both positive emotions and negative emotions. Joy is something that every one of us would have experienced in life. Even with negative, we may have that this could have been experienced, this could not have been experienced. But when it comes to joy, yes, right from the day of birth, we would have enjoyed joy. A child, when born, its joy isn't getting fed by its mother. And this goes on, and every developmental stage gives us different reasons for being joyful. And at this age, I feel that everything around me is joyful because things are getting beautiful day by day. In fact, we have to have a control of this joy also, because overjoy also times leads to some imbalance in ourselves. So what I would suggest is there's nothing wrong about emotions unless until it creates a commotion. May it be joy, happiness, an equivalent word. It's always better that we have it in control. We have balance and we enjoy the moment when we are experiencing the emotion. That's my point of view. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kartika. Now I would like to call guest Renga Praveen. Is he available in the call?
No, Toastmaster Nandhini.
Monica, another guest name?
Toastmaster Ashiat is there. You can invite him.
Toastmaster Ashit?
Yes, hello.
Yeah, hi. Can you choose any number?
Okay, how about number 2?
Yeah, here. So you can talk about this emotion, the lesson it taught you, or any memory that comes to your mind.
Right, so the emotion I've been given is fear. So years ago, what happened was in my excom, the VPPR, then VPPR, who was elected, could not continue the role. And so my president, out of the blue, invited me and said, "Ma'am, I would like you to take up this role." And I told him, "See, I have no experience with this VPPR kind of things, right? Making flyers and all these things. It is new for me." And he said, "No, no, ma'am, you're very, very experienced. You have experience abroad. You have experience in India. I need an experienced person like you in my XCOM. Please come." So because of his persuasion, I came in and I learned for the first time, started working with Canva. Very, very difficult. It's not like the way it is now. Nowadays, you have AI incorporated in Canva, right? This is about 3-4 years ago. And so it was very, very hard. I had nobody to teach me. And I remember 10 days into my role, I wanted to quit. I thought, let me just send a note and say, "Listen, I can't do this one." I said, let me just take one more day. And that one more day I worked, and somebody, a very senior area VPPR manager, helped me, and I cracked it. I was able to do it. I think I was one of the most productive VPPRs. I had an 8-member VPPR team, the biggest in District 120. So I was so scared of the role. But in the end, I want to tell you, fellow Toastmasters and guests, in that 6 months in that role, I learned more than 6 years in Toastmasters prior. The caterpillar turned into a butterfly because the caterpillar dared to face the fear. So my message to you, as you're going for your XCOM elections, face your fear, because that is how you will transform your life. Thank you so much for the topic.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashia. So we come to the end of the session. I hope we've only had some 4 emotions gone through, but let's explore more in our next meeting. Now over to TMOD, Toastmaster Jayasty.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nandhini, for conducting an emotional reflection table topic session. And thank you to each of the table topic members for being stalwart to yourself in reflecting your emotions and sharing with us. Now we move on to one of the most valuable learning segments of Toastmasters, the evaluation session. I now invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster Madhusudhan, to call upon his tag team and lead the general evaluation session. Toastmaster Madhusudhan, over to you.
Uh, Thank you, Toastmaster Jayasty. Once again, is my audio is clear, right? And
Yes.
my video is visible, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's really good. And second go of the day. So, yeah. Before we begin the evaluation segment, I would like to congratulate every role player and participants who have put their efforts behind the scene and on even the stage have contributed the smooth and engaging meeting. Like, applause, guys. Thank you. Like, so that's what the thing I want to say first. Then now I would like to invite our evaluators team to present their reports. First, I will invite the evaluator 1 of the day to evaluate the speaker 1's speech. Toastmaster Tina Ma.
Hi, Madhu. Am I audible and visible? Yes. Thank you so much. So hope my target speaker is available. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and a special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Deepika. Wow, what an icebreaker. Obviously, whenever the icebreaker comes in moments, as an evaluator, I will sit and observe what is Deepika is about. What is her likes, dislikes, and what is her passion? And all those things will be the structure or a transition a usual Toastmaster will begin their speech. But seeing you, my ambition of or the vision that a second person in my mentee group have spoken about women empowerment, their ideology or their pain moment as an icebreaker. That's a fantastic one where you started your speech. Whereas a woman, I can understand, and most of the women in this meeting can understand the pain where you have started and all those screens of black screens which has been given through our relatives. Stop this. Don't do this. You're not capable enough. You're not worth it. And all those black screen has to be removed by ourselves. I can see the vision, how you have ensured your pain or your vision undergone that pain moment, each and every story. It was highlighted beautifully from your childhood. And more interesting fact is, I love the way when you express that you had an idea and you conveyed to the parents, and how the literally an in Tamil Nadu, or an Indian, whatever you wanted to compare, how these people they will, come up with an objective that, no, not at all. We need to make her married. But fortunately, you are able to express it to the parents, and then the solution was given by the parents, right? But in most of the cases, we were not be able to break that barrier. For in my case, I was reimagining my entire story when I completed my college, and I was about to express my views. My brother came up with another view. So this is a twist and turn which happens in our life. Wonderful. As an icebreaker, as an evaluator, we will not be recommending anything, but as a mentor, I really wanted you to improvise in few things. Since it is a first speech, yes, you could have stood up and delivered the speech. In some parts, I could not see your facial expression. I could not observe your hand gestures. And more importantly, since it is a first speech, I saw you being very too emotional when you started up delivering the speech. So I recommend you to give some intentional pauses. Going forward, I will be allocating you how it has to be done in a perfect way. You can, relate now how I deliver my evaluation speech and intentional pauses. So take your time, break it, and work it on how betterment we can do it on the forthcoming speeches. We'll stay connected, Deepika, and over to general evaluator. And you all have to excuse me. I need to leave the meeting. Wishing you all the success. So I'll just take a screenshot in my phone so that I will have the beautiful smile. So thank you so much for your time, and over to general evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Thema. It was a wonderful evaluation. Actually, seeing your first evaluation. This is my first time I'm seeing your evaluation. And yeah, I really loved it. The way you connect with people and the stuff you say when a person spoke, it was really good thing. And thank you for that. And now we are moving to the evaluator 2, Toastmaster Carolyn, to present her evaluations of speaker 2. So for her, I'll be the timer. 1 minute, I will share the screen.
Can I start?
Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, let me start. Yeah, I've started.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. So good evening again, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Toastmaster Kalaivani, thank you so much for that beautiful speech that you have given today. The purpose was to understand the different types of persuasive influence that people deliver. And I somehow felt in the entire speech, the strongest part was your opening. So you invited us to watch the cinematic delight of Meryl Streep and Anne Hathaway in The Devil Wears Prada. And that immediately captured all our attention. So your hook and your opening was fabulous, I would say. And it was a very powerful start because it created curiosity and it drew the audience right into the world of the speaker. Now, it's not very easy to deliver an online speech, and because you have to connect with the audience, you have to persuade, you have to inspire, you have to do so many things, all within the small lens of a camera. Your energy was very enthusiastic at the start, and it was super contagious. And I sincerely believe that you believed in the message that you carried. Going on to the recommendations, I somehow felt that the speech could have been structured more powerfully. And I think there were a lot of unnecessary details that were given. Like, for example, you could have just highlighted the crux of the speech, connecting it to The Devil Wears Prada, and things like there was a sequel 20 years back and it is available on YouTube. We could have saved some time there to give more emphasis in the message. And in between, there was some audio disturbance as well. So to sum it up, I would strongly recommend you to, in your further speeches, because now you're going to level 3 and this is your project 1. So you have already understood your style, you've learned about the fundamentals, and then going forward, we would want you to have your speech in a more structured and in a more persuasive way, so that the message is conveyed and the take home from each speech, because all of us, we speak something and there must be a take home. Your take home was a little hazy. Please work on that for your future projects. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you,
Best wishes,
Toastmaster.
target speaker for all the future projects.
Thank you, Toastmaster Carolyn. It was an amazing evaluation with the consistent flow, and I liked it the way you said, and it was great. So, thank you for that. And it's a time for the tag team to enter into the game. As a general evaluator, it's really good to see the evaluations going this smooth, actually. So, overall, today's meeting aligned well with our team and mastering the emotions as well. So let me introduce the tag team. I would call upon the timer of the day, Toastmaster Carolyn, to present her timer reports.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So our SAA Toastmaster Lokesh had taken about 4 minutes and 50 seconds for the SAA to open the meeting. And our presiding officer, Toastmaster Monica, had taken around 8 minutes to introduce the guests and for her presidential address. Moving on to the TMOD for today, she had taken around 8.5 minutes. 3 minutes in the beginning, 7 minutes after the break, and in total, I think she's taken around 12 minutes altogether. General Evaluator, in introducing your team, you had taken about the entire tag team introduction, took about 8 minutes and 17 seconds. The prepared speakers, Speaker 1, Toastmaster Deepika, had taken 6 minutes and 46 seconds. Toastmaster Kalaivani had taken 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Distinguished Toastmaster Tina Parthasarathy, in her assessment in introducing the speech objective, had taken 45 seconds. And for her evaluation, she had taken 3 minutes and 21 seconds. I had taken about 55 seconds in introducing, and I don't know what time my evaluation had taken.
You have taken 2 minutes 35 seconds, Toastmaster Carolyn, for your evaluations.
Sure. And the educational session by Toastmaster Monica had run into 30 minutes and 45 seconds. So that is, and we had taken a break of 3 minutes. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Carolyn. It was a great, timer report. And now I invite the counter of the day, Toastmaster Lokesh, and he's also a listener of the day, to present his reports.
Yeah, thank you, General Evaluator. First, let's move on to the listener role. Are you ready for the questions?
Yes.
Okay. The first question is, what is the wish of Toastmaster Deepika, and when did she achieve her wish?
To become an entrepreneur?
No, that's not the wish. It's also a wish, but she had a very wish on a very young age.
She held
The
a mic
answer
and thought that she would say some or speak
exactly.
sometime.
Yeah, exactly. When did she achieve this? She achieved this in her UG. Okay. The second question is, in which domain Toastmaster Deepika started her first startup?
IT.
Yeah, it was an IT domain. As per Toastmaster Kalaivani's movie Devil Wear Prada, what is the name of young journalist?
Andrea.
Name of young journalist.
Andrea.
Yeah, it's Andrea. As per Toastmaster Kalaivani, what is the first principle of persuasion?
Authority.
It's reciprocity. Is the first principle.
No. Authority.
Oh, sorry.
Authority.
It's the third one.
Reciprocity and empathy are the three principles. Okay, fine.
Authority.
How many different roles do we have in a club election?
7.
Yeah, it's 7 different roles. Okay, let's end up my listener role here, and I will move on to my R counter report. As an R counter today, I have observed that traditional filler words like were used very sparingly, and they were conversational fillers that was used many times by the user. The words are and, so, okay. These are the 3 words that were repeated in most number of times by the user. So this is my R counter report. Back to general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lokesh, for your R counter and listener report. It was really great. And now here is an interesting person. It was a stalwart person. Yeah, I think I used the word of the day. It's time to
Yes.
invite the grammarian of the day to present a report. Toastmaster Kartika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhu. When it comes to theme of the day, most of the speakers have covered the theme of the day in specific TMOD, in the educational session, obviously, and table topics, and the speakers as well. Toastmaster Deepika, Toastmaster Kalaivani. Coming to word of the day, Toastmaster Madhu, you have used it. Toastmaster Kalaivani used it in her speech. And coming to the awful, Toastmaster Jayasty, she has used it on her WhatsApp, so it has to be a special mention of it. And when it comes to awesome words and phrases, I would like to highlight some of the phrases used by Toastmaster Deepika, like "don't burn the money, saved for marriage." It's a typical sentence used in families. And "need a bad hit to improve, beyond stubborn, you truly is a stalwart." Thank you, Toastmaster Deepika, for using those things. And Toastmaster Kalaivani, she started with "persuasion is not manipulation. People help people they like." These are the ones that were used and they were awesome. And Toastmaster Ashiat in her table topic session used this phrase, "face the fear, that's how we transform your life." These were wonderful. And when it comes to areas of improvements, there were a few sentences that could have used present tense instead of present continuous. In specific, when first conditional statements using if. 2 cases. See, if it relies on facts or schedules or established plans, it's better to use present tense. For example, if few participants attend the meeting, or if participants attend the meeting, it's not like participants are attending the meeting. And when is present continuous use? When the happening is ongoing. If the team is working late today, we shall go out for dinner. It's still continuing and will continue in the future. And one more thing I would like to highlight is on the singular rule and parallel structure, which means when we use the word every and when we use and in between two words, it's better to use singular. Every person or every role player and participant, every speaker and participant, both should be singular. So these two things are areas of improvement, or the thing that I would like to highlight over here. Otherwise, all the speeches were fantastic, and thanks for the opportunity. Over to you, Toastmaster Madhu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kartika. It was a great job as a grammarian today. I really loved your the way you communicate with people. It was really awesome. Yeah, and the smiling face too. So, yeah, today we are in the interesting part of the day, that is the general evaluators part. Now, here is my full observation from the start to the end, and it's gonna be amazing, guys. You guys gonna love it, I am gonna make it a little long. Sorry if I'm taking a long time, but I will try to keep it concise as much as possible that I can, okay? So yeah, the meeting started at 4:31. It's 1 minute delay. It's okay, guys. It started at a very good time. The suggested time was 4:30. It started just 1 minute delay. Awesome to the SAA for starting it immediately after joining the meeting. Great job. Kudos. Then the SAA introduced himself, like, for example, like, the weekly mentions and the day and those stuffs, and which was inspired by nature and climate, those stuffs. And it was really good one. People were really loving that kind of questions when immediately asked to them. Then we come to Toastmaster Monica. She welcomed the most important part of the meeting, VTMs, especially mentioning them and like appreciating them to come to the VTC club. It was a really good one. I loved it a lot because she introduced me personally. That was really great. Thank you, Toastmaster Monica, for that. And then I will go to the tag team introduction. Before that, I gave an introduction about the theme. Thanks for that for me. The tag team has given a great introduction, guys. So I'll finish the tag team here itself, okay? The evaluations, the introductions, those stuffs. So first, I will go with Toastmaster Carolyn. She gave very concise and very precise explanation of what is the timer role and what are the things need to be carried by her, like the timings, the green, red, yellow. It was fantastic, amazing job, Toastmaster Carolyn. And our evaluations, like the report of her was really great. She mentioned the timing and like the what could have been done. That's really good though. One small suggestion is that she could have mentioned, like, if a person is in green card, they could have been spoken till the yellow card arrived. That was a good thing. But yeah, that's not a major thing. Like, you can do it. Like, thank you, Toastmaster Callan, for that. And you had an amazing report. I loved it. Then going with Toastmaster Lokesh. He is an accounter and the listener of the day. As an accounter, what the thing that comes to my mind is when our I mentioned those stuffs. Yeah, thank you for noting that. It was a very, very crucial part of a speaking thing because many people struggle with that. You give an amazing intro. I liked it. One thing I would have mentioned it, like, you could have provided some examples which might have really helpful for people, like it will be providing some insightful information, but you had an amazing intro and good report as well. And the listener stuff is really good. You ask questions and people interacted with you. That's what Toastmaster expects, right? You give a conversation, people try to continue with that flow. Thank you, Toastmaster Lokesh. And moving to grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Kartika. It was an amazing role, actually. Like, you started off with a great intro, with the theme as well. You matched with the theme. That's really great. And I loved your report a lot. You mentioned a lot of grammar stuffs. That's like, oh, I'm with my English teacher. That kind of stuff, kind of
Oh God.
thing was going on.
Thank you.
And yeah, like it was also concise, and I loved your report a lot. Thank you. Like I didn't find anything that is which I cannot say it's not really good. Those kind of stuffs. I loved every stuff in your report, and thank you for that. Next, go with the TMOD, Toastmaster of the Day. Toastmaster of the Day done her job amazingly well. The reason is that she single-handedly carried the session from the start to the end. Was an amazing job, guys. She, like it was a great thing. I was wondering how could she single-handedly carry the session. Like it was a great stuff, actually. By starting the day, and she's mentioning the theme of the day, the theme of the day, and connecting with emotions. A lot of emotions were there today. I guess it was really great, and I love the way she started, and with questions, with emotions. And yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Jayasty. Amazing job as a TMOD. I'll come to you at the end because I have a lot of things to say. It was really a great thing to be a TMOD today. Thank you, Toastmaster JST. Uh, okay, next we will start with evaluators and speakers. That's what the order we have followed. So, as a evaluator one, Toastmaster Tina done her job exceptionally well. I don't have any comments on her. She was great and done a very good intro and given a very great report. It was amazing. Uh, Even though she's not in the meet, it's great to have a very, the great speaker kind of stuff. Then we are moving to the speaker one, Toastmaster Deepika. Kudos. It was not like an icebreaker actually. Even in my first speech in an icebreaker, I did not even have that kind of confidence in a speech. uh, I love the speech, the way you connected with people. You started like having a good good enthusiasm to speak with people kind of stuff. Okay, so it was a great icebreaker. Then most of the stuffs which I want to say was said by Toastmaster Tina. So thank you, Toastmaster Deepika. It was not, I guess, it's not your first icebreaker. It was a great speech actually. Uh, then moving on with the evaluator two, Toastmaster Carolyn. It was a very good report. It was a good start. Even you have introduced yourself, you have congratulated the speaker, and you have also given like very good report what must be done and what must be not. That's also a great thing in your report. I loved your report a lot. I also learned a lot from you in that report. Thank you for that. Then we are moving with the speaker to Toastmaster Kalaivani. Toastmaster Kalaivani, it was an amazing speech. You connected a movie with your speech. That was, even in that moment you won, because most of the people got their attention by asking the question in the front. That was really a good move, and it was the very best move, I would say, in your speech, because that was the most interesting point, because most of the audience were okay, what is she coming to say in that moment. Oh, okay. That's the thing most of the people have felt. That's what I felt. Okay. It was a great thing. And, you had an amazing structure in your speech. That is what I loved it. From start to end, your speech was very good structured. I liked it a lot. And yeah, here and there, some mistakes were there, but that could be improved, I guess. Yeah. You could have, like add a pause somewhere. That's more valuable, right? Because when you continuously speak, here and there, somewhat might not be, like heard by the people. So yeah, it's okay. It can be improved. So to summarize, you had amazing speech. I loved it. And it's a great one. Then we are entering into TTM session. Before that, I have to mention stuff, okay, which was an education session. Oh my God. Toastmaster Monica, you have done an amazing job. If someone asked me to take an education session, I would directly said I am not, because that's how hard it is to keep engaging with people and to educate people. You have done an amazing job, and kudos to that. I really loved your education session. It was a bit long, but you could have kept it a little short. That's what my suggestion is to be. But it's okay. It was great. Then we are moving to the TTM session. Table topic master introduced what is table topic session. That's a good thing. And she said the rules, those kind of stuffs. Then timings. That's really good. Now coming to the table topic speakers, it is great, guys. Toastmaster Tina, she communicated by her own way. She said disappointment. She got a topic of disappointment. It was great. I loved the way she spoke actually. In my table topics, I wonder how people resonate their thinking to speak actually, because you don't get an idea while you just get in 1 minute or 2 minute, you get a topic immediately. So that's really a great thing that she shared her own experience in her own way, and she also finally summarized what she has, and she has a purpose in her speech. That is what I noticed. That's worthy to have it in a speech. So it's a great job by Toastmaster Tina. And coming to Toastmaster Kartika, wow, amazing table topic. She always has some that kind of enthusiasm to connect with audience. I love the joy she had. Now also she has the joy in her face. That's really great. And she has the actually I loved your table topic because you had a great structure from the start to end. And yeah, those kind of structures as really great thing. And you but one thing I would have add in your table topic is that you could have asked a question in the start that could have encouraged people to get an attention immediately. Like that's the only thing. But yeah, the way you spoke, the way you ended, the way like summarized, it's really great. I liked it. Thank you, Toastmaster Kartika. And Toastmaster Ashiyat, right? Am I right? Ashiyat? It's a pronunciation, right? Okay. Okay, nice. Yeah, okay. Toastmaster Ashiyat, it was a great speech. Great table topic, I would say, because you spoke really well, and you also given a concise full topic. What was the topic and what was given by you? It was really concise. I liked it. I like that way actually. And one small suggestion I would say is, like, you could have spoken little bit, like slower, or you could have taken some passes. That could have been a better thing. But it was a great table topic. I loved it. Yeah, really, that's my view. Okay, so don't get offended by saying like what this man is saying. Yeah, that's it. Then okay. Did I miss any people? I guess no. So yeah, again back to the table topic master. Table topic master, you have put your efforts from start to end, and really great. I loved by the way you single-handedly take the session. That was amazing to see. And yes, thank you. I'm sorry if I took a really long time to brief each and everything. So I'm really sorry, guys, if I if I took a really long time. So thank you. By this, I will conclude my general evaluation report. I'm handing over the session to the table topic master, Toastmaster Jayasty.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhusudhan, for that detailed, energetic, enthusiastic evaluation, and to the amazing TAC team for helping us learn and grow through your observations and feedback. As we come towards the end of today's meeting, let's take a moment to return to the core of our theme, mastering your emotions, leadership through emotional awareness. Earlier in the meeting, we explored how emotions quietly influence the way we think, decide, and lead. And what is important to realize is emotions are not just feelings we experience. They actively shape how we respond to situations. Sometimes when we feel stuck or misunderstood in leadership situation, it is not because we lack capability. It is because we are being influenced by emotion that we have not fully understood yet. And this is where emotional awareness becomes critical. Because in leadership, we don't operate in isolation. We deal with people, opinions, feedback, pressure, and expectations. And often, what defines a leader is not the situation itself, but the emotional response to that situation. A leader who reacts impulsively to criticism may create resistance or conflict. But a leader who pauses, understands their emotional response, and chooses their words carefully builds trust, even in disagreement. Because emotional awareness is the ability to recognize what we are feeling, understand why we are feeling it, and consciously choose our response instead of letting emotions choose it for us. Let's take a simple leadership situation. Imagine you present an idea in a meeting and someone strongly disagrees with you or even criticizes your approach, what kind of emotions will you have then? Please share it in the comments below. Anybody? Do we have the Can anybody comment what kind of emotions we will have if we are in a meeting and somebody disagrees with our whatever we are sharing in the meeting? Okay, let me go back. In that moment, multiple emotional responses can arise. Yeah, annoying, as Kalaivani said, defensiveness, frustration, embarrassment, even self doubt. And none of these emotions are wrong. But what matters is what we do next. Do we react immediately to protect our idea? Or do we pause long enough to understand what is happening internally? Because often the reaction determines whether the conversation breaks down or evolves into a better idea. And that is where emotional awareness changes leadership outcomes. When we can notice the emotion, name it, and create space before responding, we shift from reaction to reflection. And in that small shift, leadership begins. Before we can lead others, we must first learn to lead ourselves. So, as we conclude today's meeting, I invite you to hold on to one simple reflection. Am I reacting to my emotions or am I responding with awareness? Because in that answer lies not just better communication, but better leadership. With that reflection, I now hand over the meeting back to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Monica.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jayasty. It was such an enlightening session. And for the question you asked, related to what would be the emotion of a leader. Very recently, I attended a program called Train the Trainer, hosted by District 120. We have different ideas for leadership, but when I attended, it just bowled over all the thoughts that I had. The trainer said, in order to be a leader, first be shameless. So it just made me to rethink what is actually all about leadership. Yes, that is also right in a perspective.
Shame is also an emotion, actually.
So I thank everyone for attending this meeting. Even though it took a long time, I think it is my responsibility to educate the members regarding the roles and responsibilities as an ExCom that they are supposed to take. And thank you so much, Nandhini, for understanding and keeping your time short for table topic session. And even though the time was short, you made sure that all the guests are being called upon and they are being given a chance. And for the first time, Toastmaster Nandhini is hosting an online session. Kudos for that. Congratulations, Toastmaster Nandhini. And next week, we have planned for an outdoor meeting. The details will be shared very soon by the VP membership through a Google form to all of you. kindly everyone make sure that you attend the meeting, and it is actually a celebration. So because the term is also coming to an end and we are handing over the leadership to the next leaders, so may kindly make yourself available for the next meeting. And I would request all the role players from now on to attend the dry runs, because even though you think that you know everything about the meeting, there are certain things that can be included at any time, and you should be aware of all those things. So if you are taking up a role for the first time or for 100th time also, make it a point to attend the dry run for the role players, which is designed exclusively, and it is a practice so that nothing goes wrong in the meeting. Okay. So with this, I conclude the 260th meeting of Velu Toastmasters Club, and I adjourn this meeting. Thank you everyone for participating in this. Nandhini, could you take a group picture of us?
Yeah. Can everyone please unmute your video? Sorry. Yeah, done.
Thank you, everyone. And now that the meeting is officially adjourned, I request our guest Dinesh to share his opinion about the meeting.
Yeah. I understand how the process. I understand it will help for new joiners also to understand for guest appearance, daily calls, evaluator, validating, plus and minus also telling last of the meeting. It's good. Yeah, it will help uh, for newly joinees also understand the how you are doing. It's easy. Before when I am asking for joining the club, I don't know how the works, how we evaluate. Also, I don't know. For today, I got opportunity for a guest for this meeting. I understand how run the meeting also. Yeah.
Thank you, Dinesh. As I said, next week we are having an outdoor meeting. Try your level
Yeah.
best to attend the meeting. It
Yeah,
will be
yeah, I will
an
attend.
in-person meeting. Okay.
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. See you all. Have a good week.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.